this is Laura from All Over the Place, and this is a short video about some of my spinning lately. Sorry about the cats that you can hear in the background. They're not allowed to come up here in the attic, so they're a bit upset. If you remember, in my last video I did this 2-ply from several colors of combed extra fine merino that I was inspired from a bat that Trish from Love Fiber Diary had received in the mail. And since this one, which is currently in work, this is the last ball I have, I went a bit fiber crazy because I had, sorry about that, I had ordered several other colors, and I also wanted to try undyed wool, and I chose a maroon color that I didn't like it in particular because it was a bit coarse. So I blended it with some other fibers and I combined it to achieve this sort of speckled look with the other colors. And I did, for the first time, a 3-ply. I did a Navajo ply, and as you can see, it's not fairly consistent, but I'm very pleased with how the yarn turned out. I think I have about 87 grams here. I don't know, about 300 or something meters. Maybe it will be enough for a pair of socks, but I don't know if I want to use my handspun for socks yet, because it took me a while in order to develop the skills to do this very fine spinning, so I can do a 3-ply. And since I gain a bit of confidence with the extra fine spinning, I combined other fibers and I did 2 skeins. These are done 3-ply as well, but as you can see, there's a green thread, a green spun. One is a gray melange, and the other one is navy. And the green, I also mixed up a bit of a neon yellow, this color, which is very bright. I achieved a very good consistency with this yarn. I mean, my plied yarn is fairly consistent, and I wish I would have used a bit more of this neon color. I've got about 300 grams here in 2 skeins, which is about 800 meters, and I'm thinking of doing another spin using more of this fluorescent color combined with blues, and also some singles like this gray and navy, in order to make a sweater's worth quantity. Maybe I will do a pattern alternating colors. So that's what I've been up to. And I tried also a bit of yarn fiber dyeing. I told you that I have a local producer here which uses merino to produce yarn, but when I asked if they could send me some of their rovings straight from the machine. They said they're okay with that. And I purchased 500 grams of roving. You can barely see me from here, but this came in a spool, and the roving is straight off from their spinning machine, which is not been washed, but it has been prepped for a woolen spun. As you can see, it's very fluffy, and I carved a piece out of it. I still have 250 grams here, and I did I bought, since Easter is coming, I bought these packets of egg dye, so they are food colorant. Dr. Edgar is a popular brand in Europe. And they came in 5 different colors, and they have 7 grams, and they use acid to stabilize the color on the eggs. So basically I could dye wool with it. They come in violet, blue, yellow, red and green. And this here in this picture is what I attempted on a countertop, and I wrapped the roving in foil and put it in the oven to bake. And the result, I already split the roving into 3, so I would do a fractal 3-ply, and I kept the third that was intact to show you a bit more close the colors. As you can see, I used the blue, which was this color, but in a lighter, with more water, it became a bit more turquoise. I didn't use the red pure. I mixed it up with a bit of water, so it turned a bit orange. And at first I wanted to use just these 2, and I had a bit of gray left over, which is not really very gray, but it looks a bit more blackish here. And the colors were looking very bland, so I decided to open a packet of yellow dye, and I just sprinkled it on top, and wherever it hit another color, in some area it became more green. Here this one became more yellow, but there are some areas where it hit the red and became this orange coral something. And I kept it on purpose with a bit of white, maybe to blend it a little bit better, and I didn't felt it at all. It's still to the same consistency. It looks like a rainbow something, but I was concerned that these bright colors would not blend properly. But this is one of my singles that I've transferred to start plying from the beginning, and in here you cannot see very well all the colors, but I'm going to show you what I have, another single on my spinning wheel, so you can see that the colors, because they have the white mixed in them, it becomes more pastel in some areas, and others are a bit more intense, like this green, forest green here. And also these blues, they mix very well. Have a bit of coral in here, chartreuse, and so on. And this is basically my second ply, and I still have to do this one in order to make a 3-ply, and then I'm going to show you the finished yarn. In the meantime, since I only had spun merino so far, I decided to mix it up a bit, and I ordered some silk. You can see it here. Sorry for the noise. Oh, sorry. So this is the silk, which is very bright red, and this is a mohair. It's not baby mohair, it's regular mohair, and I'm gonna combine it on my blending board and try to spin it with these colors. So it will be a very summery feel. Since I'm using the mohair, it doesn't make sense to make it a summer yarn. So I don't know if I'll do a 2-ply or a 3-ply. But lately I've been spinning my singles very fine, and I like that. And I don't know if I will be able to try to spin thicker again. And I also have I might say it's a mistake, a regret in my purchases. I have purchased 150 grams of this rainbow mixed top, which I thought it would be a bit softer, but it's not that much. I mean, this roving here that came from the factory is finer than this one. I'm considering that this is very crazy coloring. I've decided that I would like to split the roving into warm colors and cooler tones. So example, I would mix the red with the blue. Hopefully I can get the green out. And also keeping the yellows with the greens together, and maybe the green with the blue as well, and do a 3-ply to see how it spins. Hopefully I will like it, but after I will spin one round of singles. If I don't particularly like it, I'm thinking that I still have a lot of fiber undyed, and maybe I will choose one of these colors as a single to try and tone down the craziness of this one. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, because usually I try to spin with a project in mind. And now back to some other dyeing. So, as I was saying, sorry if I look a bit flustered, but in the attic, summer is coming. It's April now, and the attic gets heated up very fast, and I'm kind of sweating over here. So, about fiber dyeing. Since I do have a lot of the merino roving left, and this is the leftover fiber from my fractal attempt, and I did this all with food coloring, so Easter egg coloring. I'm a sucker for blues and greens. Green is my favorite. I don't show it that much, but blues and greens, I mean this kind of mixture, it's my favorite combination. And since this company that sold me the roving also produces yarn, obviously, I have this merino fingering 2-ply, which is 100 gram, it's 400 meters, and I've decided to attempt fade color, obviously with different shades of green. So I'm gonna do a 5-set fade, starting from a buttery chartreuse, going into a deeper one, mixing it with this Kelly green, and going all the way darker, not blue, but this darker. And I don't know if I will get it right, but let's say that I do have. I will try to keep this roving for inspiration, because these are kind of the colors that I'm trying to achieve, what you see here. And I do have a bit of a background, let's say, in coloring, because ever since I was a child, apparently I did have an eye for color, because you know, children, you do coloring, painting, watercolor painting, and so on. And from an early age, my father took me to art galleries. I wasn't even in school when I went to exhibitions, and I really enjoyed it. And over the years, I participated several paintings competitions, and I won several prizes. So in terms of color, if I've got primaries like those, like these egg dye, I can make most of the colors, and I do understand how they interact and how they are composed in order to achieve what I want in terms of shade and color. Also, because I didn't work with I did a lot of watercolor painting, I also understand color saturation and so on. But I have never applied it to fiber until this. And also, I will attempt this summer. I bought a silk charmeuse from China, AliExpress obviously, and I thought I would like the print that it came, but it's not that great. And since these colors are very bright and vivid, I thought I might attempt to change that print too. I will have a video on that as well, because the way I see it, it cannot be worse than it is now. The silk print actually, because I've bought that silk for 4 years now, and I haven't used it. So this means I'm not attracted to it, and it's a bit of waste of money to let it sit there and not use it. And I'm assuming that if I add some of my favorite colors and tones, I might be inclined to cut it up and sew it into a dress. I'm gonna put also in that video the inspiration dress that I would like to achieve. So yeah, this is my attempt in fiber dyeing. I will do a quick update to this video once I will finish applying the yarn, and hopefully by then I will have this yarn dyed also in a gradient, green gradient. I will I told you I will attempt a 5 set gradient, and I calculated that I need 75 grams of each color in order to make my true gradient. So this has been my experience so far, and I must say I'm a bit obsessed with the spinning right now. Sometimes if I have trouble sleeping, I do come up here in the attic and I start spinning, and it's amazing what I can accomplish with a few hours of spinning in the morning with coffee, and a little bit in the evening until the natural light fades, because I don't like to use the lamp. It doesn't help me when I draft a very fine thread. So thank you for watching, and Please let me know if you'd like to know more about my colors or how I achieved it in the oven. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.